Build a basic power setup. Can I just somehow get rid of these? Dismiss completed. Okay, wow, that's quite a lot more. Alright, sorry about that. Welcome back, everyone. This is Shadow Drake, and I briefly debated on doing the helper hints. Briefly. Okay, so before we resume... Oh, wow, I need to get rid of some of this stuff. You can go here. Stellite glass sheets can go back. Astrolith sheets can go here. I can put these here. Don't really think I need walls. Is there walls? Wall. Whatever. Wall. I think I can put you all here. Alright. Okay, so I think I'm going to go back to my roots a little bit here. So I talked about the fact that I wanted to whatchamacallit, redo that heating system that I had for the for my face change device thing. I'm gonna need 3 portable gas tanks, so while that's... I think it only builds 1. There's only a stack of 1, so I'll put 3. Make sure that it does that. It does not. Okay, so I need to come back quickly. So what I am going to do before I get started on any hangar-related work is do that. I am going to update my system. I'm going to need utility pipes, going to need gas pipes, going to need a liquid volume pump for pumping. I'm going to need pressure regulators. I might need all of these, to be honest. I'm going to need this turbo pump. And, we'll see what else I can do with this, because I'm going to need quite a bit of space, and I also need to take some of the materials up there. And because the thing is properly insulated, I don't actually have to worry about them getting blown away in a storm or anything. But I guess time to go back to my roots, so to say. And my roots being that portable tank connector. I need 3 of them. That's gonna build fast. And like I said, the roots being that, you know, originally I started with predominantly phase change systems. You know, talking about them, connecting them, insulated liquid tanks. So I'm gonna go ahead and build 2, not 11, 2 sets of them while I go and work on this. And so I'm going to take the time to actually do that. Okay, I don't need these paints, so I can use that to give me a little bit of extra space. And while I am at it, let's see how my centrifuges are doing. Ooh! Coming down a little bit. Is there anything burning in here? No. I love that little furnace thing. Did the uranium already go through? Would I have even any uranium in there? Thinking about it. Yeah, I would. I'm curious. I want to see this uranium go through. Anyways, like I said, I originally started with the phase change. Phase change was, you know, started with the tutorials, essentially. And I had the simple phase change heat pumps. And they do work. They work really well, mind you. There it goes. Yeah! Oh, that's cool. But while they do work, they are actually fairly limited. And so it's kind of time for me to update what I have and kind of do a little bit better, mind you. Kind of like an update to the system, because I'm going to be burning a lot of thermal energy from my my hot water. And so I should probably create a system, like I was talking about, where I was briefly debating um, whether I should be more power efficient or gain more energy per tick. And thinking about it, if I have 22, come on, get off. If I have 22,
Temperature low. Temperature critical.
having 22, whatchamacallit, radiators, pushing out 30 kilojoules of thermal energy, not 30, almost 90 kilojoules of thermal energy each. That's a lot. That's practically 2-ish million joules of thermal energy I'm going to be pushing out. And right now it's, I'm putting back, maybe 2.5 kilojoules of thermal energy. So it takes a very long time to replenish this. And while yes, I do have the H2 combustor doing its thing to push hot water in there to condense and warm it up, that's still also kind of a slow, very slow burn. It helps greatly, mind you, but it's kind of slow. So I decided that maybe I really should take this opportunity to update this. Yeah, sure, I my efficiency will drop, but I think I'll be all the better for it because I'll be able to uh, push more energy faster. Because if I'm pushing in roughly 11 kilojoules of thermal energy a tick, it just takes basically 5 seconds to replace one, as opposed to, look, I don't even want to do all the long math for that. So yeah, let's... These have worked. Without a doubt they worked. But I think it is time to update them. I'm surprised this don't push out the water in the air. Okay, so I'm gonna need to leave y'all here. So let's leave materials here. And let's put these phase change devices back because I won't be... And let's... Alright. Let's put those back because I need to run... Actually, no, I have hot water right here. What am I talking about? I don't need to run hot water. I have it right here. Oh. I did not. I need to remove you and take you back. Alright. So that essentially makes the system... That blanks out that system. So let's put this away. I need to start the build for some insulated pipes because I know that's not going to be enough. So I'm just going to stick these phase change devices and counterflow back and tell the thing to make some insulated pipes. Gas. Alright. Insulated inline tanks. Gas. Man, I'm watching that save thing just take longer and longer to fill up, and it gets kind of concerning to me. It's starting to take this long. I must be really pushing the limits of the network for, the networks or something.
Temperature low.
Alright, so
Temperature critical.
let's see here. This is kind of where it's going to be a little bit of a tricky thing. So I currently have way too much in here, but I don't know that that is too much. So what I need to do is essentially put a turbo volume pump right here. Is it the right? Yeah, I got it backwards. Bloop, bloop. There you go. Yeah. Oh, come on. Right here. After... Like that? Oh, dang it. Okay. Alright, one of these days I'll eventually get this right. This is... How long will it take for me to get this correct? Okay, come on. Okay. Yes! It's... Finally. This is so embarrassing. Alright. So that's something that does not need to be... Hold on. Now, I do intend to put quite a bit of inline tanks right here. And I want to see just exactly how much pressure is left in here, because the more that I have here... Okay, good. That's good. That's good. I'm okay with that. I don't know that I'll need that just yet, but I am preparing the way for that. So that will work like that. Let's go get the other insulated tanks because I'm gonna need them, and I also need to eat and drink. So, I know it looks odd that I'm basically building portables, and I'm using a turbo volume pump. Oh, you're not done yet? How many do you have left? 2 more. That's enough for a muffin. Muffin break. So, one of the things that I probably don't really go over much is the fact that when you were doing the phase change, there's a lot of limitations to just how much actually converts over. And the biggest limitations are honestly the fact that I don't think I need a volume pump. Yeah, I won't need any of this. Okay. The biggest limitations, honestly, are that as you get approach the upper ends of the coolant gas, it gets really, really bad. At the same point, let's see. Hold on. That's too far. At the same point, you can also use different parts to your advantage to make something work better. Okay, this should have some steam, right? Just a little bit. I'll bring it over. Best way to do that is just to do something funky like this. Still trying to work the hotkeys a bit. Why did I do that? Okay, so I got that. I need this like that and like this. I don't need that like that. Alright, and I just realized something. I need a that's the big thingy, the the big heat exchange. What is it called? Direct heat exchange. Why haven't I welded this yet? I'm pretty sure somebody's been wondering why I haven't welded that yet. A large direct. Large direct. Large direct. Didn't I have one? Yeah, there it is. Wait. Large direct needs some pipes. Alright.
Temperature critical.
And so, being on the Discord, we get back in there. Being on the Discord, we kind of find out little things. We find limitations. And just try to work around them, to be honest. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot the fact that I'm going to need the condensation valves. I'll eventually remember everything. And so one of the interesting things, the problems with a lot of the phase change stuff is, okay, the benefit of the evaporation chamber is that it sucks in only liquids. I forgot to start my timer, I just realized that. You know, the benefits of the evaporation chamber is it does not suck in gases. It only sucks in liquids from the pipe network. Change that right there. 1, 2, 3, 4 should be enough. Okay. That being right there is probably going to be a problem, so let's relocate those cables. Okay. Alright, so now I'm just basically trying to build this whole system out. Don't you be right there. Okay. And gonna need you, and I think this is there's gonna be some water here. I'm just gonna try to move it that way, and then... Okay, the easiest thing to do... is to do this. Okay. Now, I do want to put one of you for pressure relief. The question is, where do I stick you? I think I got an idea where. I think I can just stick you right here. You're there for pressure relief, to be honest. But I also need to do something else with you. Okay. So, the portable connector is one such thing where, interestingly enough, the portable tanks and the portable connectors function a little bit like the evaporation chamber. They will not allow gases through, but they will allow liquids to go into the liquid pipe network. So it is a method of controlling how much liquids go through. And I think I'm going to do the same thing over here. Don't want to move that. I think, however, because of this, I can take you out and put you in there. I probably had way too many liquid pipes. So, there's 410 liter capacity, and I believe these are 700 or something like that. 790. So, do I want to add another one? I have 370 here, 410 here. I think I kind of want to add a tiny one right here. And add that right there. Yeah, make this big. Okay. So that puts me at 620, that's fine, and 470, that should be fine too. Alright, and where am I here? 2.52 megs, that should be enough. There's a reason why I'm not draining this. Okay, now I need to come up with the gas end of things, and I'll just have to do a little bit of a cheese, because I need to put the large counterflow. You know what? You are kind of in the way. Get over here. So now I need to grab the large direct gas. And I think like this. There we go. And now I can reclaim my frame. I need a wrench, don't I? Wrench some pipes. Yep. And now I gotta weld this. Perfect. So with this direct heat exchange, I am now able to connect the pollutants from here to there. This is kind of where I'm gonna have to figure out too, because I need to get 2 back pressure regulators in here. The easiest thing for me to do is to just probably throw you on over here, because once I get those back pressure regulators, there's no way I'm moving them. So, back pressure regulators right here. I can't put power like that, so I have to do something like this. Back pressure regulator right here. And I think I need to do another one right here. Okay. Sorry, it's hard for me to talk in the middle of building. Oh boy, this is gonna be tough. Where am I gonna get this power from? Oh wait, I can just route this up, and then route this way, because I can route it through the ceiling and down right here. Come on, get over there. So looking at the phase change characteristics of water, I want that to get as cold as possible, so... But I think I don't want to get it too close to freezing, so let's just do... What's 20 kilopascals? It's 42 Celsius. That'll work. 20 kilopascals. So we're going to set both of you to 20 kilopascals. Because I just want to be able to grab the gas out. I just realized another problem. When I did this, I thought I was going to do straight ahead like this. I gotta do some kind of stupid routing. Don't even need that. Oh, come on. Wait. Perfect. So let's see what I got here. I have 590 liter pipe there, 530 liter pipe there. I got gas pump that way, gas pump this way. Alright. Now I need to connect all of these gas pipes together. While also keeping a huge chunk of I also need some pressure. So maybe this is kind of why I have the other inline tanks. I want to be able to make sure that I have as much capacity as possible, because this will help for these gas tanks to release their liquids. Unfortunately, that seems to be the limit of the system. Well, that's not quite true, because I can always just do one more up here like this, and then stick a double up here. Oh, that's so funky looking. 840. Perfect. Okay, so as far as the system goes, it's set up-ish. I need to pressurize the system. This is where I'm going to be taking advantage of that. For tuning a bunch of phase change systems, you need to be able to properly pressurize and prevent any phase changing from happening anywhere except for where you want it to happen. So I don't expect condensation to happen in here, because I will be turning this thing up to maximum and just basically turning it on. Whoops. Well, there was nothing there anyways, that's fine. Must have deleted that water. On the converse, however, I need to make sure that the liquid pipes are pressurized enough that they are capable of emptying out. But there is a slight problem with this idea. Pressurizing liquid pipes means that they are going to become unstable and could potentially burst. Oh boy. So I need to make sure I have safeties ingrained into the system. It's not something I generally do. Most of the times you hear me say about how if it's properly pressurized, you got it set up, you shouldn't need the safeties. And that's true, you shouldn't need the safeties. But I am working with water here, which is a very finicky thing. And by finicky, it's just the fact that it can hold a lot of energy. It can very easily condense in the wrong ways. And it could really cause essentially a bad day. So I'm gonna pre-pressurize this with some CO2. Problem is, that's gonna be very hot water that's gonna be in there. I also need to pump some water in here, so this is the hot water. It'll be best if I pump hot water in. This is just to prime the system and get it started. I don't think I'll need that much, to be honest. Let's just go ahead and turn these on. And let's go ahead and pop these both here. Oh, saving again. You see, that finished quicker on that save. Because keep in mind, the only thing that's going to get in these, surprisingly enough, is liquids, which there are none. So that's why none will go in. This is kind of where I have to figure out something. So let's say 2 megapascals is what I need. I don't want any more than 4 megapascals here. So let's turn this on. And as soon as I turn this on, it's going to pretty much pressurize this pipe instantly. And it's going to fill this with CO2. But the thing I'm concerned about is that this is an extremely hot pipe. You know what? Let me just 0.1. Okay. So now I put extremely hot water here. It's coming in here. It's evaporating in here. And you can see it's already starting to kind of work, and it's going to pool over here eventually. But there's not a lot of pressure here. So that gets started. But I needed this hot because I need to condense all this water. I want to make sure absolutely zero water is in here. And I got a little bit of oxygen in here. Great, I am going to contaminate my CO2. I should have thought about that. I should have pressurized this first. Alright, so... I guess it won't be a problem if I contaminate it slightly. It's going to be like almost inconsequential, to be honest. So the temperature is going to drop a bit. I don't want... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. And just turn you back on. Let's turn you on. As you can see, there's already enough pressure in here that it's going to start condensing this water. Oh, hey, wait, this is also kind of working too. So this is condensing my water and increasing the temps, which is going to keep the system primed and going. I don't have very many liquids in here. I'm gonna put in a little bit more, but I'm kind of wanting to see how the temperatures settle out a little bit. So this is gonna start climbing in temps. Let me just... 2,500. Okay. Okay, so with that in mind... See, I'm getting 10 kilojoules of thermal energy already. This system hasn't quite set up yet. It doesn't have enough. As you can see, my pressure's pretty high. Cooling down, but pretty high. And that's because the back pressure regulators are trying their hardest and admittedly are not very good at what they do. This turbo pump being here is also kind of a tough one, but it's not like I'm going to get any better because this is already highly pressured. You see, my latent energy is dropping because I really don't have a lot of anything going on. So now, I need to get some more water in the system. It just doesn't have enough. So let's see. 5 liters of water. That should get me going. Right now it's pretty dang high because it was hot. It's gonna have to stabilize. But we'll see where it stabilizes at, to be honest. So, yeah, I know I'm not being very descriptive at all with this, but, you know, the phase change devices work. Having just the turbo boiling pumps and the 2 back pressure regulators is 1,000 watts of energy that's constantly being used up. And once the system stabilizes, I don't think this is the true value right here, that I'm getting 20 kilojoules of thermal energy. I don't think that's the true value yet, because as you can see, it's dropping. It could be dropping because the temps are getting high, but, you know, it really could be. One thing I didn't do that I want to do is probably pre-pressurize this a little bit more. So I'm gonna add a little bit more CO2 here, because really all I'm doing is taking advantage of the phase change characteristics of my medium. This is kind of where the whole fine-tuning of the system isn't something I've gone, because I've been trying to focus more on this is how to get it to work. This is how you can make this system work and not explode things. But this fine-tuning is something you just have to really, really play around with, essentially. And the biggest things are you gotta make sure you don't have any phase change happening in your pipes except for where you want it. I don't know why I pulled that out. Okay. It's at 3.2 megapascals. So what I am going to do is put you at 400. Because this is extremely cold CO2. If I pump any in here, it's going to cool this down. And because it cooled down, it's going to push a little bit more than I want it to. I don't want this to get to about 6 megapascals. See, because it's getting cold, you see I'm adding extra in here. This is why I'm being a little bit careful. When I originally did this as a test, I put way too much. But the goal is to get this as close to 0 as possible, so that any liquid water that, any steam that hits the system will condense. It's not quite doing it. I'm at 3.4 megapascals, which means I'm trying to get this to 328 Celsius, and that is actually about that much. So, yeah, I guess I can see that. Let's, 3.5. I think that'll be a good enough number. And you can see I added a little bit more pressure, more of it condensed. But I want to be a little bit careful because, keep in mind, if this is going and this gets to 360, no, not 360, 370, I'm gonna have problems. Like, really, really big problems, as in Trade Europa will have a sauna for like a good few seconds. Alright, now that I did that, I don't need these. Oh, I just realized something. When I remove, well, removing these pipes is going to increase my pressure. I really should have kept it at 3. Okay. 3.7. Ugh, I can work with that. I can work with that. See? Almost would have had a problem. And now on this end, I'm condensed. Some evaporation is happening. That's a problem. I don't want that to happen. So now I need to add a little bit of extra pressure. I don't want any evaporation to happen in these pipes. I want it all to... I want this to be purely water, no matter what. And that comes with the fact that this is at 3.7 megapascals, and I only put enough CO2 here to not even have that. Okay, 3 megapascals. Let's go with that. I was counting on the heat to give me extra pressure, but clearly that extra heat is a slight issue. It's not going to quite do it. And the hard part about it is some of that is going to flow in here. So, like, I have almost 600 moles of CO2 there, but I only have, like, 319, and that's all the temperature differences. Just do it briefly. I think that'll work. Alright, so what's happening here? This should be kind of in a steady state soon. I know I flooded it with cold CO2. Oh, that's nice. Look. 15 kilojoules. So if I did my math right, 1,000 divided, that divided by 1,000. So that's, should be, yeah, 14. So yeah, it dropped a little bit. It dropped from 20 to 14. But I am now pushing much more thermal energy into the whole system. And as far as this goes, I think this is tuned. I have these for safety, just in case. But I think I will be okay. Keyword, think. I have 2, 4, 6 liters there. Another, let's just say 2 liters. Yeah, another 2 liters. So I got about 8 liters of water. That's not a lot. This CO2 and oxygen is just there as a pressure and gas. It shouldn't do anything. Probably the only other thing I could do is maybe put a pipe radiator or something. So that if this gets to close to 6 megapascals, I'll shut this off, But the way this is, I don't know that I'll hit that. I mean, I do have 132 moles of water going in there, but I can always just disconnect these, which means that there's only going to be 2 liters, or basically another 50 moles. Right now, this is going to climb up a bit. So another 120 moles, you know, maybe another 300 moles. Maybe that's not going to be enough to push it. It's going to get close, but maybe not enough. Wow, that actually dropped quite a bit. So just one of them gives me almost 10. That's cool. Does that just kind of go on and off? But let me just connect these because I kind of want to store as much water, hot water as possible. So what's happening here? I am sucking out 6 kilojoules of thermal energy because it's going to go in there. So my pollutants is actually having condensation occur because I'm sucking out that energy.
Hunger caution.
Yeah, hunger caution. So about 6 kilojoules of thermal energy is being pushed to the water. And I can't tell how much is being pushed on this end, but it's dropping. It's 12. I did reconnect these, right? Yeah, I did. And honestly, I don't know that I can get anything better over here. I tried the... I don't want to rely on a turbo volume pump because the turbo volume pump is going to empty it, and that could lead to freezing issues. A back pressure regulator would be more what the evaporation chamber would do. The only problem is it's always going to be hard to move past the pressure differential, which, you know, it's going to come in here, it's going to flow in here, and then this turbo volume pump is going to attempt to empty this out, but it's not going to do a very great job. And it's going to be push it all in here. And as far as what the counterflow is saying, it's moving quite a lot of thermal energy. And I did the math. It does kind of match up. So like we'll have 316 Celsius water here and 121 here. It does match up for 16.5 move, 1.61 moles move between the two. Yeah, 263 and 121. Yeah, that is quite a lot. So for my hot side is 316, cold side is 121. And remember that I said that I've said this before, but how much you can move is your latent heat divided by specific heat. Pulling out my math, I believe that's about a 111. 8,000 divided by 72. Yeah, it's 111. And 316 minus 111 is about 205, and as you can tell, that is much lower than 205. So that's how the counterflow heat exchange works. It really does help with moving that energy around. All right. So with that, I now have a stronger heat pump that should keep me fairly stable. Oh, I need to clean up the inside, don't I? That should keep me fairly stable. Or at least keep my water mostly intact. Okay, what other stuff did I leave up there? How much time am I at? Yeah. Apologies.
Temperature low. Temperature critical.
There's stuff here. Did I leave some stuff here? Condensation's happening, that's fine. I guess I did not. But I do have my safeties. I can come back and check on this later. But I don't expect this to increase very much. I mean, that's still basically at 300 Celsius. So I'm doing what I can. It's doing what it can. I'm curious.
Temperature critical.
How much is this saying is actually moving? Alright, so this is the water. 6 kilojoules. Okay. Okay, so the good news is I'm moving 6 kilojoules. So that's not as much as I expected. I'm moving about half of this. I suppose that makes sense because the other half is probably being used to warm up the CO2 and H2O that's in here. That's you know, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But if I was moving half, then that means I was moving 1.5 kilojoules before with the phase change devices. So that's basically a 10, 6.5 kilojoules divided by 100. So basically 6. So okay, so yeah, I'm moving roughly 3 times more. A little, like, actually close to 4 times more. But I am... Yeah. Power efficiency, I lost some. That's to be expected. Okay. My dude is getting dirty. And is hungry. And is thirsty. I do want to do a little bit of work on the hangar. I'm probably not going to end up piping stuff because I'm going to be running out of time. So instead, I'm going to put some sensors. Sensor. Singular. Gotta build another set of sensors. I could have sworn I built more. Did I not build more sensors? I could have sworn I did. I did. Here they are. Ha ha! Okay. Alright, so now my dude is thirsty. Long drink. But yeah, I don't know if that helps. I know from the Discord, the biggest thing that was trying to be discovered, was how to gain as much efficiency out of your phase change systems as possible. Oh wow, it's almost been a year. I was kind of hoping that I was gonna be done by the time I hit a year in game. I am 22% of the way there. It's not bad. I probably could have gone further, but that's not bad. Alright. I think what I want to do is put these in the roof. So, how do I want to do this? Do I want to do 4 corners? This is what I'm not sure. I do need to get an average over the thermal energy. Do I want to do 4 corners? Triangle? Kind of like here, the middle, and there? Triad? Kind of like there, dead center, and middle of that. Yeah, let's do that. 4 of them. Okay. This will at least set me up for... Okay. It honestly doesn't matter how I do this. Okay, so... It's 1, 2, 3... And I had you right here, I think. Like that. Whatever, that's close enough. I want one directly over the center. That's you. And I want one over here, because this is going to be another point. There we go. Now I need to cable you up. Okay. So... the closest cable is here. I guess I'll work with that. Okay. Now, I want to be able to have some ceiling lights. I don't know how good they're gonna actually work, to be honest. So having these cables here is not gonna be a problem. I want to have them make sense, though, you know? I really don't know that ceiling lights are gonna help. Like, how would these even help? I mean, as I've kind of seen with that, they just don't go very far, but I suppose I could... having these cables here will at least let me know. I could do the same thing. Just put the ceiling lights where the cables are at. Come on now. The reason I need these sensors here is I need to take an average to find out what the temperatures is throughout the hangar. So that when the hangar doors are closed, if the temperature is below, you know, below breathable, so below 0, it will open up those hangar doors to warm it up. And once they get to 0, it should close them up. Okay. Alright. I'm actually gonna run out of cables. I better... oh no, I got plenty. Because I'm gonna use this information... I did it again. I accidentally took out too much. Oh, come on. How have I not used up my thruster? I've been at this for quite a while. Alright, got it. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to put you away so this could go over here. Alright. So with that, I now have the ability, since those are the only ones I intend to use over here, that'll be perfect. Alright, so let's go ahead and add a little bit. This is like the work in progress gas sensor. Gas sensor. So, oh no. There we go. Define GSEN. So let's do alias T average R13. LB T average from GSEN temperature average SDB T average, which we know it's gonna be basically freezing. Not a real number. That can't be right. Did I seriously do that again? Oh, come on. Ugh. Why is there a gas sensor kit and a gas... Just... How many people saw that? There we go, 123. That's... Yeah, that's right. Okay. So now I got the average temperature across that whole area. We're getting along now. I'm curious, since I have those there, and it's nighttime, I need to get some lights. I kind of want to see how some lights look. Lights. Do I even have light kits? Yes, I do. Right here. Come on, I can get it before it's daytime. So long as the greenhouse is not lit up. Yep, the greenhouse is not lit up, so I got time. Yep, I got time. So that's good. Okay. So if I were to light up right here, and whatever. Okay. How does that look from the back? Okay. Whoa. Hold on. That doesn't look half bad. That really doesn't look half bad. Okay, hold on. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, like right here. Okay. How does this look now? That isn't very bad. So it'll be one of those. I walk in. It's not bad. It's still pretty dark over here. That's because of those shadows, I bet. And that's not strong enough to light that up, but it doesn't look half bad. So what if I put a light directly above the center? See, that's what's really weird to me about how these lights don't really... They didn't really change much. Let's turn these lights off. Yeah, that didn't really seem to change much. It just allows me to see the roof. Okay. I was a little excited. It didn't seem to do much. Yeah, that did not really do much. It just allows me to see the roof. That's kind of disappointing. These did a lot more. At least now I know that I shouldn't even bother with the roof lights. It's just too far away. If the hangar was smaller, they would be better. Like, I get more light from trying to get these here. Okay. Well, that was an experiment. don't even know that I even want to reclaim. Yeah, I do. I want to reclaim these cables. So another thought that I was thinking of is potentially using some powered vents to remove some of the oxygen in the hangar. Because, oh, come on, I wanted this. Because, you know, I have 340 moles of oxygen in here. But if I were to remove maybe, you know, 100 moles from the hangar so that it's 240 total in here to warm up, you know, that would significantly cut down how much thermal energy I'm pushing out. I don't know that that's... I don't know how worth it that will be, though. And I think I might need to put those lights higher, but I'm at the point where I can't put it higher because of the fact that I do. Well, you know what? I did think of another thought. What if I did put a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, just another 6 radiators. 7. 1, 2, 3, you know, right here. 3. No, maybe 5. Then I'll be able to have a light and another light kind of to just illuminate the pad a little bit better. Because I think the problem that I have is that that light right there is being a little bit obscured by the fact that... Oh, well, the light's here. I'll check it later. Or I could actually just bring these lights up a little bit higher, just... Because right now they're in line, almost in line with this. But I did forget that I will be having atmospheric pads and stuff like that that could potentially be blocked by these. I think I'm going to wrap it up right here. No, I should probably turn you back on. Turn you back on like that. There you go. So my hot water pipe is at 300 Celsius. It's probably not going to get any hotter than this. Which makes me... Ooh, that got cold. I need to send it out. I just realized Scanner Rocket is still out there somewhere. It's probably waiting for orders. I don't think this is active anymore. Yeah, H2 combustor is not active anymore because liquid water tank is now at temps. This should be cooling down. This should be heating up. That's at 317. Yeah. Is that still burning? Holy crap, how much is in there? Holy crap! Oh, this is my... Oh my gosh, this is all the uranium and stuff. Oh, this is cool. This is my thumbnail. Alright. So... This should be like steel. If I were to throw you in here... Yep, steel. Okay. Yay! I reclaimed all my all my stuff. This is hilarious. Look at all that. Guys, I figured out how to do fission. Yep. Okay. You are... Wait. Ugh, you're junk. Why are you junk? You should have been centrifuged. Oh, you're junk too. Why some of this stuff... It shouldn't have been like that. Now I'm confused. All of this should have been cleaned up ore. All of it should have been cleaned up. But it's not. How did it get dirty again? It should have been cleaned up. That was the whole point of the centrifuging process. That was literally the whole point of the centrifuging process, to get rid of all of that uranium, and yet why do I have poop balls of... Why do I have... Hero was happy, thinking that all of that was going to be gone, and now I have literal poop balls of uranium, steel, electrum. How did I get a single thing that was... Oh, look, that's correct. Okay. Great, and I gotta throw them all in the furnace to figure out what is correct and what is not. This makes no sense. That looks hilarious, though. Burning some urine. Okay, 7. 7's gotta mean something, right? Yeah, steel. Steel, perfect. So some of it is clean and some of it is not. That just... That's kind of aggravating. That's really aggravating. Alright. Guys, I'm just gonna clean up this mess. Some of it is okay. I don't understand why some of it is okay and some of it is not. It just doesn't... Stationeers. In a nutshell. Alright, so... Next time... For sure, next time I'm gonna actually try to pipe it all up. I think I got the idea worked out, exactly what to do. I took little breaks because I kind of had a little bit of inspiration with the phase change water heater. And I'm sure I could probably improve a lot of my setups to do something like that, where instead of the phase change devices, I use, you know, the portable tanks. Again, when Elmo discovered that those portable tanks function just like the evaporation chamber, or the connectors, that they only suck in liquids through the liquid setting, and shoot out gases through the gas setting, it allowed us to essentially make something that can only that functions exactly like the evaporation chambers, and that honestly is what took it to the next level. Because a lot of the pipes, the problems with volume pumps, as you saw, is that they only allowed, well, the liquid pumps in particular caused pressure and gases to come with too, which is a problem, which was a problem. Because then you would not be able to pressurize the gas pipes, and you will be forced to accept some inefficiencies when, by having evaporation and or condensation in the pipes. Are y'all done yet? Still burning. That's funny. And as you saw what I just did with that setup, the being able to pressurize your pipes to only force specific forms of phase change to occur are essentially what improves the system. Gets a little bit more throughput out of them. And well, yes, I kind of made, okay, so that's junk. While I made the system a little bit more unstable, that's junk. This might be junk that I never cleaned up, to be honest. I did make the system a little bit more unstable by using those gases, because it could lead to gas pipes breaking due to condensation. It also could lead to liquid pipes breaking from pressure from the evaporation. But it was all done to be able to eke out a little bit of efficiency to make sure that we're getting as much out of the phase change as possible. Okay. Just gonna go put these on the pipe bender because I needed a lot of steel. I'm probably gonna still need more steel. After all, that has 675 and you have 300. Alright, what about you? How much do you have? 579? That's plenty. You still have 650? That's plenty. Yeah, you still got plenty too. Maybe I should put some to sell. Oh yeah, I gotta do a jiggle button. Could also just turn this into something. Except this 49, it's a problem. You know what? I could just sell these. Hopefully you kind of saw what an improved system would be like. But I'll probably eventually kind of recap and do a tutorial series for how to improve the efficiency of a phase change system. Because, honestly, it's one of those things that once you get used to the system, you would want to improve it, get the most out of it. And that's very trial and error. But at the same point, you have to kind of know what you're doing with that. You or you're very comfortable with that.
Cognition low.
So yeah, next time we're gonna continue. I think I'll be able to finally do some piping for that. That's gonna be a lot of grunt work for piping. But hope to see you then. Thank you and have a good day.